You are tuned into the video game pharmacy.
Good morning, video game fans. This is VGRx, the Video Game Pharmacy Podcast. I'm your host, Brittin. With me, as always, is Zach, Scott.
I'm tired.
And we've got your weekly dose of video game news, insight, banter,
Wow. You're
and other
bringing
things.
it. You're
We're
bringing
going to
it.
have some
bringing
other
it.
stuff, too.
Good morning.
Hey, good
I didn't
morning.
think you
Are
were
you guys
gonna-
awake yet?
I didn't think you were going to bring it in so hot.
I know.
I woke you up. I'm
I
sorry.
guess. I know. You're just going straight in.
Come
Real-
with me, okay?
real spicy,
Join
dude.
me on this journey.
Wow. Okay.
Let's do this. We're turning a new leaf. This is a morning show again, and we feel good.
Yeah.
But
Now
but,
that Scott got some chocolate
but,
milk in him.
but for people who are listening, it's not a morning show. It's just a regular show.
yeah,
doesn't matter.
It's technically not.
Here's
a
the
morning
thing.
show. We just record in the morning.
If you're like at work in the middle of the day and it's all, it's a lame day at work, and you hear some guys fresh in the morning getting donuts,
Jiggy
coffee,
with it?
whatever,
Oh.
it'll take you on the ride with them.
So-
It'll transport you.
So, Zach, that
I wanna
means you
bring
have to
that to
start
people.
posting earlier.
Ab-
5 a-
absolutely not.
5 a.m.
I'm saying it doesn't
5
matter
a.m.
when they
every
hear-
Friday.
They'll be transported with us. That's what I'm going for.
When do we post these? Is there like a specific
We shoot for afternoons on Fridays.
afternoons on Fridays?
So
Yeah.
we shoot like 4 p.m. Friday.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes fall behind.
I feel like
until
we've
Saturday.
never mentioned when we actually post.
We did in the future or in the past. I mean,
How far in the
In the
past?
future,
In the-
how'd you pull that one off?
Whoa. Well, technically, this is in the future.
sure. I'm not really down to go into that. But in the past, we have mentioned it, but then we've fallen behind on our posting and stuff like that.
You mean you've fallen behind
Hey,
on our posting?
if you get the day right, I'm happy. I don't care
Yeah.
what time it goes up.
Remember when you have to?
And you have been.
nagged him.
You have been.
You used to have to nag him to post it.
I know.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It used to be real
I
bad.
still throw them a reminder every once in a while.
Sometimes people don't even get to hear our show.
I don't know if I've ever completely forgotten.
I don't think so.
I've
Yeah.
forgotten to post.
You have forgotten to post on the day, but
On the day, yeah,
You-
absolutely.
you-
All right,
Or
let's
you
not
like-
make this about me.
oh,
all right?
sorry, my bad.
Yeah, let's not. Let's go somewhere else.
Hey guys, guess what we have to talk about?
What do we have?
We have a lot.
News. Yay.
There's some
Can we-
other stuff.
Can we
It's not
please?
just news.
Can we please talk about the Sonic in the room?
Yeah, we're actually going to start there
Did you like that?
against all our
I
better
didn't
judgment.
Did you like that?
Uh-uh.
Okay.
Yeah, the Sonic in the room.
So, as
What are you
as
talking about?
as I'm sure all of us have seen the Sonic trailer. Me and Brittin watched it together, and then Zach just watched it.
Yeah.
Fresh.
It's disappointing, man.
All I can say is Jim Carrey's going to have some major back problems by having to carry this movie.
Dude, you
it's-
stole that joke. It's a
Yeah, I
good
did.
joke. but
Thank
you
you,
stole
thank
it.
you.
I feel betrayed
Why?
because it's Sonic the Hedgehog,
Yeah.
not Sonic the Alien.
Sonic.
That was just a little nugget that you pull out of the trailer. He says something about saving your planet. So
Yeah.
he's from another planet, obviously.
I
mean,
don't care. I
he
don't
didn't-
care what the context is. The initial idea is disappointing
Yeah,
and
so-
disrespectful.
So
to
the
like
guys,
everything
they
we
sit
love.
down and they're like, so he's a weird anthropomorphic hedgehog. How are we going to get him in the real world? He's an alien. That's the lamest, most obvious, most
Yeah.
boring possible explanation.
I mean, he
Pretty
didn't.
lame.
He didn't. I mean, we don't know, quote unquote, he's an alien. Maybe he was just created here on Earth, and he just calls it your planet because it's not. I don't know.
I doubt it.
Look, I'm trying to grasp for straws here. Okay.
But here's the silver lining. Maybe in a future movie, he'll be...
No, there's not gonna be a future movie.
I don't know, man. We'll see.
With a $90 million budget, they have to make back.
You know what they just announced
What?
yesterday? A
What?
Saints Row movie.
It would be better.
There's lots of video game movies happening.
It would be better.
We'll see how it does. It's obviously all about the numbers, about whether people will go see it or not.
I assure
But
you.
here's what I was gonna say. In
Uh-huh.
a future movie, we might get to see his home planet, and maybe it's where there's Green Hill Zone and all that.
Maybe I'm gonna make
big loops that he runs through.
I'm gonna make a prediction right now.
Okay.
About sales, and I'm gonna compare Detective Pikachu to it.
It will overtake Endgame as the most popular movie of all time.
God,
$1 billion for
that
sure.
is that's a rough climb.
I'm kidding.
Good lofty goal, but
right.
I think Detective Pikachu is gonna make $200 million in the box office.
Okay.
And I think Sonic is gonna make 60.
Huh.
Yep.
Period or like
Period.
opening week or
Period.
what? Really?
Yep. I think it's gonna flop.
Yeah, yeah.
And I think Detective
And it probably
Pikachu,
cost at least $100 million to make.
it cost $90 million.
Did it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, here's the thing. At least for like, and we're using Detective Pikachu as a good comparison because, I mean, they're both CGI, characters and stuff in the real world.
It works.
What Pokemon has going for it is everything about it.
I don't know, man.
There's Sonic, it's
drawbacks there, too.
just Sonic. So
Right.
it's just this blue hedgehog in the real world. At least in Detective Pikachu, they're in a Pokemon world, so there's Pokemon all over the place.
So and that's the thing is that one, you have what seems like the Pokemon world brought to like the big screen, right?
Yeah.
So it's not something that
It's not just one character.
They didn't take it and twist it. They didn't try to put their own spin on it. While the Sonic, I feel like they
Did we watch
spun
the
it.
same trailers, you guys?
They don't have what?
Detective Pikachu is 100% not the Pokemon world.
Yes, it is.
No,
Yeah.
it's the real world.
No, it's
with Pokemon in it.
It's the Pokemon world. They
Okay,
literally said
that's
it
not what I-
was.
that's not okay. They said it was. That's not what I saw though.
Oh.
It looks like the real world.
Well, yeah.
but with Pokemon in it.
That's exactly what it is.
That's not what
I
I
th-
want from a Pokemon movie.
I mean, do you want a blue hedgehog just running around with people?
I didn't say I wanted that either.
Okay, well, that's what you got.
I think you have
Those
to,
are your choices. Would you rather go see Sonic or would you rather go see Pokemon?
right now.
Yes.
Sonic.
What?
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
We're gonna have a strong debate when these movies come
I'll
out.
see both of them. We
Absolutely.
actually plan on seeing at least Detective Pikachu
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
We'll probably do the same for Sonic.
So
just
add-
out of sheer morbid curiosity.
Add a new letter onto
Here's
our
the thing.
name.
I don't think it looks good. Okay.
What, Pokemon?
No, Sonic.
Okay.
I don't think it looks like a good movie, well conceived, well written, any of that.
Yeah.
But it looks fun. It just looks like really lame, dumb fun, and I'm okay with that.
Okay.
The other thing is, Jim Carrey was a stroke of genius. Getting him involved
Absolutely.
was a stroke of genius.
100%.
He very well could be the single reason that a lot of people go see this movie.
100%.
And
Yeah.
it's classic Jim Carrey. You can tell from the few scenes they
Absolutely, yeah.
showed, he is playing up like 90s era
Yeah.
comedian Jim Carrey. And we haven't seen that in a long, long
Yeah, I
time.
Which
love that.
I'm fine with. Like I said, he's the reason I'm gonna go see the movie.
And that's probably true for a lot of people.
yeah, and you're probably absolutely right. Do I think it'll still
No,
do
you don't
well?
think any of the action will be fun? Or just like, oh, that was fun to watch. That was entertaining.
Here's my
He
problem.
just blew up a bunch of missiles that were trying to shoot him.
Here's my problem is I hate the look that Sonic has. They could have easily just taken Sonic from the video game
I know.
and plopped him in the movie.
He's
and,
ugly.
And they've literally artists have literally made the Sonic in the movie look like the Sonic from the video games, and it still worked just fine.
I know.
So basically, what you're saying, if they stuck to like the true Sonic the Hedgehog,
It'd be fun. I
It'd be
think it would.
fine.
It
I
would
think
help a lot.
Any
I'm
sort
sure.
It would.
Okay.
It would hold on a lot better for sure.
absolutely.
I don't want
And
to.
here's the thing.
I don't want to look at an ugly blue hedgehog for 2 hours.
What if instead of having it be like an alien Sonic or whatever our theories are about it, right?
Mhm.
What if they had like normal Sonic, and then there's like some crazy storm, right? This Sega Genesis or whatever is shocked or electrocuted from a lightning bolt, and then somehow he comes out of the game
He
system.
came
into
out of the
real
video
world.
game.
So why would he still look absolutely butt ugly?
I like that idea.
I
It's
like.
kind of Wreck-It Ralph.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. He's the only thing in this world that looks weird and out of place and bizarre. So why can't he look like whatever we want him to look like? He doesn't need to look even remotely realistic.
If they
but they decided they needed to take this semi-realistic visual approach to designing him.
If they
And I
put
don't get why
Shadow
they
in
felt
this
they needed to
movie,
do
I'm
that.
gonna lose my mind.
Yeah. What other Sonic friends do you want to see in this movie?
Tails.
Here's
Amy,
the other thing.
Ugandan Knuckles.
At the very end of the movie, there's going to be a teaser that includes Tails, and that's going to set up the sequel. I'm just telling you.
I don't want it.
I want to
Do
know.
not
I want
want.
to. I want to know about their market research, and this might sound kind of boring, but
There was none.
I want to know like who they're trying to target, whether that's the old school like video game fans or just a new audience that doesn't have really any connection to
Yeah.
Sonic.
I think
More
they're
of
just
the
trying to
latter.
make a movie.
I think
with
they're
Sonic in
targeting
it.
people who go aimlessly to the movie theaters every weekend and just look for something to see. They'll say, "Oh, I
that's
remember
me.
that guy
That's
from
me.
the '90s. I'll see that." Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not super down on it, but I'm not like I can't wait to see it either.
Do we have a release date? September?
Yeah, it says September. I don't know exactly. I don't think it gave a date, did it?
I'm pulling it up.
He's gonna find out for us.
I'm still way more excited for Detective Pikachu.
Yeah.
But then again, I have been. Like, I'm actually legitimately excited for the movie.
Did you see the new trailer?
I'm trying to stay away from the
See
trailers.
the foot massage trailer?
So it's November 8th.
That's a thing.
November. Okay, so we were close.
November 8th.
I don't think you... Okay, cool. I don't think you need to avoid the marketing for Detective Pikachu. It's all very, like, completely out of context scenes that don't affect the story at all.
They showed Mewtwo off. That's a pretty big thing.
He's just hovering there. And of course he's got to be in
I
it.
mean, Mewtwo is a pretty massive Pokemon to have appear in a movie. I'm just gonna be honest.
Yeah.
So I think they should not have done that, and they should have just let it be a surprise.
That's fair.
Like I feel like it's just, even though we don't know what he's gonna do, I feel like that's just such a massive spoiler.
You know they're remaking the original animated movie.
I know.
It's coming out this year.
I know.
But it's CG.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Yeah.
But all the original voice actors are coming back too.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's gonna be pretty dope.
Wouldn't it be cool if there was like a full-on live-action Hollywood adaptation of that first movie?
No,
Not into it?
I would not want it.
All right. Even after seeing Mewtwo in that form?
Yeah. I mean, I'm barely okay with them doing Detective Pikachu, but I'm with it. I'm with it.
Okay.
So I don't think we need another live adaptation of a movie, especially not the first movie. Quick fun side fact. So I love Pokemon as a kid. Spoiler. And I remember my grandma bought me the first movie on VHS. I remember I got the Mewtwo card out of it, and I think I still have it to this day.
Hey.
Yeah. So
That's cool.
I love that movie. I watch that movie almost every single weekend.
It holds up pretty well.
It
There's
does.
some really cheesy moments, but it holds up pretty well.
It's Pokemon.
I
And
still
if the
like,
last part didn't make you cry, you're not a man.
When all the Pokemon cry tears of healing.
Yeah, exactly.
I still like the second one better, Pokemon 2000.
It was good too.
It's real good.
All the pretty much I would say the
First trilogy, maybe?
yeah,
Or four, maybe?
probably four Pokemon movies were absolutely insanely good. And now they're just making movies because they can.
Yeah.
And there's nothing really special about them.
And remaking old ones, apparently, at this point.
I
Yeah.
mean, you got to do Pokemon 2000 was really good.
It's great.
But then again, I love the legendary birds and Lugia and Oo.
Yeah.
Do you really?
Don't draw attention.
You have to go.
We just started.
Do you have to poop? Are you pooping? He's pooping.
Can we edit that out?
Nah.
Not going to do it.
Nah, not going to do it.
So while he's gone,
Okay.
what should we do? We could do a couple more impressions things of stuff we've been playing. I've got some rapid fire Nintendo news we could run through really quick. If you want.
I really want to talk about Sea of Thieves, but I'm
we-
pretty sure Zach wants to be a part of that.
Okay.
But
sure.
I mean, he's never played it before.
Yeah.
But I feel bad if we didn't talk, if he wasn't here.
It's up to you.
Okay,
Yeah.
hit me with
Now or
Nintendo
later.
news. Hit me with Nintendo
we'll
news.
run through the Nintendo news real quick. So, Retro Studios, who we
Yes.
found out 6 months ago or so, is working on Metroid Prime 4
Yes.
after they restarted it.
Did they say they're not going to do it anymore?
No, it's not really bad news. Maybe slightly concerning. They hopped on Twitter and put a shout out to look for people to join their team. So they're hiring right now.
Cool.
They say we're looking for a few world-class developers to join the Metroid Prime team on our journey in developing Metroid Prime 4. Join Retro Studios today and help bring this game to life.
Let's apply for it.
They're looking for, I don't know anything about programming or art or
I know
anything.
about directing.
They're looking for an art director. They're looking for product testers. Maybe we could fulfill that role.
Ooh,
I don't-
dude.
They're Texas-based, though, so I think you'd
Do you
probably
wanna-
have to be local.
Do you want to take a trip
Sure.
in our
sure.
favorite rocket
You
ship?
apply. If they accept us, we'll roll down there.
Oh, I have to. So you're not going to apply, just me.
No, because I already know it's not going to happen.
Got it. So I'll apply, get it, and then be
Plus-
like, hey, my friend Brittin wants to come too. Is that cool?
That'll work. We're insiders. We're media, so they wouldn't want us anyway. Because we're too likely to
Oh.
go. We're too likely to go talk and blab all their details
Dang
about their
it.
game.
You're right. I mean,
We
Zach,
can't be trusted with
Zach did game
NDAs.
testing and he didn't say anything.
That's true. Yeah.
So-
Zach's famous though.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
They're also looking for engineering and programming roles and various artist roles. There's 13 positions available. So does this make you think? My initial reaction to this was, is this not as far along as we want it to be? I know
they restarted
They
everything.
did restart. That was 6 months ago. Have they not even built the team yet? maybe they've barely started development.
Or they're using the same team, but they realize the project has just gotten so massive that they just need to add more
maybe
people.
they're increasing the scope of the project.
So maybe
I hope that's it.
I think that would be most likely it. Like, why would you take on such a massive project, realize you can't do it, and then be like, yeah, we should probably hire more people.
The thing is, the trilogy, the previous Metroid Prime games, they're not massive. They're not open world. They're not incredibly long. You can get through each of them in 10 to 15 hours.
But you're also trying to compare the GameCube to the Switch.
That's true. So maybe we are looking at a bigger scope this time around.
Maybe
we're going open world.
Breath of the Wild, perfect example.
Yeah.
Look at the size of Breath of the Wild versus like Ocarina of Time.
Yeah.
Or even Wind Waker.
Yeah.
You know, like Wind Waker was kind of open world, but not on the scale of Breath of the Wild.
That's true. And with Breath of the Wild, they also outsourced a lot of the development. Like they got Monolith Soft involved to help them develop this massive open world. So who knows where they're at with this project? I hope it's coming along well. I hope they've at least started.
I think it'd be cool, Metroid Prime, like I think it'd be cool if it'd be like No Man's Sky in the sense that you can go travel to different planets,
but with a game in it.
Yeah,
right?
not on the scale of No Man's Sky, but like able to hop planets and see new things.
Maybe more like a Mass Effect, where there's a reasonable number of explorable locations, and they're all hand designed.
Like in the first Metroid Prime, they literally had different elements on one planet: snow, desert, volcano.
Yep.
I mean, that's obviously pretty normal for one planet, but I think it'd be cool if like each planet was designated to one thing.
I think that's cool too. Yeah, that'd
so
be awesome. And you're actually getting in your ship and flying around.
Exactly.
That's something they've never really done.
Space battles.
Sure. Yeah, a little ship combat in there.
Maybe
planets.
we should apply for the positions.
We need to know where this is going.
Yeah, exactly.
We promise we won't talk retro.
Yeah.
Bring us in. Yeah. Look forward to that.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
I think it's gonna be really cool. I don't think this is a bad thing. More hands on the table mean more mouths to feed.
Okay. I don't think we
I think I was just more going for the more hands on the table means good things, but
yeah, it could also mean too many cooks in the kitchen though.
Ooh, there you go.
No, if they have good clear leadership, that shouldn't be a problem. And I don't think we see this game again until like the middle of next year at the earliest.
Yeah, you're probably.
It's a bummer.
We might not even see anything until the beginning of.
There's a lot of first party stuff in the works though, so we can't really complain for
Switch.
But
I mean,
this is one I really, really want.
It's been so long since they made a Metroid Prime game, so I'm not really upset by waiting more. You know what they say.
Give us the trilogy, you guys. Seriously.
They've already given us one.
If you're gonna make
this is just giving us fan service at this point.
I want it HD though. I mean, port the trilogy to Switch.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Just to hold us over.
No.
We'd all be so happy.
No, that wouldn't make sense.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. That's true. All right, let's move on from there. So Nintendo released their fiscal year-end numbers recently, and they had a big meeting, and they talked about how the Switch is doing, how their software is doing.
Mm-hmm.
I just grabbed a couple interesting pieces of information from that, and I'll share them with you guys. Switch lifetime.
You say us guys, but it's just me and you.
Well, I think at least one person might be listening, and then saying you guys actually matters.
Sorry,
I shouldn't assume that.
Yikes,
but
my bad.
I hope anyway.
Yeah.
So the lifetime sales of the Switch are now sitting at 34.74 million.
Okay.
That just surpassed the N64's lifetime sales.
Wow.
So that's a pretty big milestone. Switch is 2 years old at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And they're sitting at roughly a third of where PS4 is sitting. So they're on a similar trajectory to what Sony has seen with the PS4. I could see this going up to 90 or 100 million all said and done, which is pretty awesome. It's doing pretty well still.
Sorry, I'm trying to find your email so I can follow along.
I think their second year was, I think they sold more in the second year than they did in their first year. So that shows that the Switch, there's increasing demand for the Switch and not the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
So it could keep climbing as long as they keep those awesome first-party games coming.
Do you think? I wonder if they do release these like so-called new Switches, if they will. Welcome back.
We're talking about Nintendo.
If they will be a part of the like overall sales of the Switch.
That's how it works.
Okay.
Yep, absolutely. They're all going to be under the same
umbrella.
main console umbrella. Yep. Okay, so their best-selling title as of now is
Breath of the Wild?
Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Yeah, I guess I.
Actually, you know what? I think Mario Kart is slightly higher.
Really?
But yeah, Smash Bros is up there. They've sold 13.81 million copies of Smash Bros. Here's something interesting. The best-selling fighting game of all time is Street Fighter 2, and it's at 15.5 million. So they're like 1.5 million shy of being the best-selling fighting game of all time.
Do you think it'll You think it'll eke there? I mean, that's a
Oh, for sure.
pretty massive number.
It just came out.
I mean, it's
A
been
year
out.
ago.
You gotta like. I mean,
A
it
year
starts.
and a half ago.
It starts to slow down. You know.
Yeah, I know it's true, but another million is absolutely going to happen. And look at the install base; it's only 35 million right now. If they get that install base up to 80, 100 million, all said and done, they're definitely going to.
And they have
that.
4 more characters to reveal.
That's right.
So it could just take one really big character and then be like, someone wants to buy the game
That's
because
true.
of that one character.
Yeah, each time that kind of reinvigorates interest in the game. It's all true.
So we will see.
Also of note, Pokemon Let's Go passed 10 million, which
Great.
is I think that's impressive. I don't know what Pokemon games typically do, but it's kind of a weird one. It's an offshoot. It's on Switch. It's not on their handhelds, and it's kind of a remake. So, I didn't
Pokemon
expect.
Let's Go.
Yeah,
you said Pokemon Go.
I'm pretty sure I said Let's Go.
Let's Go.
Did he? Oh, I only heard Pokemon Go.
Fix your ears and your brain.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. So yeah, I think 10 million is respectable. All in all, they have 23 titles on Switch now that have sold over 1 million copies.
Nice.
It's really good. Yeah,
And they're all
software
first party.
Is performing. Yeah, they're strictly talking about first party software here. I think there's some third party games that have broke 1 million.
Oh, I'm
I
sure
don't know
there
that for
has.
sure, but yeah, I'm sure there are a few. As far as what's coming for the rest of the year, we have Super Mario Maker due out in June. They reminded us of that. Fire Emblem Three Houses is coming out in July.
Yep.
And then for the remainder of the year, they cited Pokemon Sword and Shield, Animal Crossing, and Link's Awakening, the remake of Link's Awakening.
I'm pretty sure Animal Crossing is coming out this year.
That's what they're saying, yeah.
So
Yeah, they didn't mention Luigi's Mansion 3, which I thought was one of them. But
I remember seeing an article saying that Animal Crossing and Luigi's Mansion should come out around the same time.
okay.
So
Yeah, I thought that was a game this year. Maybe they just chose not to cite it on this list.
I don't know.
But that was just a little recap of what's coming for the rest of the year. They also touched on their mobile business. It's up 17% from the previous year.
nifty.
And they still have 2 mobile games to be released this year, Dr. Mario World and Mario Kart Tour. Do you guys remember hearing about that
No.
over a year ago?
a little.
Mario Kart on mobile. I still want to see that, and I'm curious about it, but it's been a long time. And we haven't
Nintendo's
heard anything
busy.
about it for a long time.
They're probably gonna go the iTunes route, right?
What do you mean?
Release it on Apple's.
That's what they did
platform
with
first.
Super Mario Go. What was it called?
Super Mario
Run.
Run.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised. Although with other games like Fire Emblem, I think it came out on everything all at once. So maybe it depends on the title and just where they think it's going to be popular. I don't know. So that's about it for the Nintendo numbers. But one more little key piece of information that came out of this year-end meeting. President, we were talking about this recently. It's Shintaro Furukawa. And if you remember, there was...
that doesn't roll off the tongue.
say it with me, guys.
Shitaro.
Wait, let me look at it. Shintaro
Shintaro
Furukawa.
Furukawa.
Good. Yeah,
Oh,
there you go.
Hey.
It's not like Iwata.
I don't know if
Definitely.
you remember, but there was an acting president for a while. The older gentleman, Kimishima,
Yeah.
was president for a while until they found a more permanent replacement. So this guy is the current president of Nintendo and probably will be for a while, it sounds like.
He's no Doug Bowser.
He said to Japanese press last week, as a general rule, we're always looking to new hardware, and we will announce it when we're able to sell it, but we have no plans to announce any at this year's E3
Hey, you know
in
what?
June.
And that sits so well with me because, like, in my mind, nobody's gonna tell Nintendo when or how it's gonna get released, or let anybody else dictate their rumors because
They never have.
They're the ones that control their surprises.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. And they make the
absolutely.
games they want to make. They don't necessarily cater to fan feedback. Sometimes it seems annoying that they don't. Like they stubbornly don't listen to fans
Yeah.
when we really, really want something. But then at the same time, they can completely blindside us with something we didn't expect at all. And we're all like, yes, I can't believe you did this, and it's wonderful. Thank you,
Yeah.
Nintendo.
I think
Another way to look at this, though, is we heard rumors about the Switch Lite coming out at the end of June.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that means it gets revealed before E3.
maybe. I
Maybe
don't
he's just being clever and cagey here and not giving us an answer, but giving us one.
know.
at the same
Or maybe you're reading way too into
time. Or maybe there's
it.
no new hardware at all this year.
Yeah.
Either way, it doesn't matter. I'm not really interested in the Switch Lite. I want to know more about the Switch Pro. But
Yeah.
We can sit back, relax, and we'll wait for some news.
Yeah.
You know.
yeah, I'm
Swiggity
fine.
swag.
I'm fine with that.
Guess what's in the bag?
Hey, Zach's back.
Yeah.
I am
Do-
sorry, guys.
No, that's okay.
No, you're fine. We get it. You had to
Scott,
poop.
Do you want to talk about that game you brought up? a
Sea of
little while ago?
Thieves?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to talk about it while you were here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I got you, man.
Okay.
So I know I know we've talked about it a little bit before, but the big Sea of Thieves update finally came out. Oh my God, it changes the game. It makes it a lot more enjoyable. And it's just little things too. So like before, basically you would have some quests you could go on and collect. Like essentially what you would do is you would just collect as much treasure as you could, turn it in, make money, and that's it.
Yeah.
But now they've added 2 really, really big things to the game. One of them being called Arena Mode. So basically what it is it's you and I believe 5 other crews. So crews 4 people. So you and 5 of the crews basically trying to collect the most amount of silver before the time ends. So the rounds are 26 or 24 minutes. I can't remember off the top of my head. And essentially you get points for digging up treasure, turning in treasure, attacking ships. Ships will lose points if they get destroyed. And essentially, if you win, you get gold at the end. But the big things is like your arena levels, so you can unlock cosmetics and stuff, depending on the.
That's huge.
Yeah, depending on your level in the arena, and they're really cool cosmetics too. I mean, that's the whole game essentially. Like that's really the end goal is you're just collecting cosmetics. It sounds really dumb.
Be a cool looking pirate.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm fine with that.
It sounds really, really dumb, but it is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Is this the full map?
This
is mode?
So it's not the full map.
Oh,
So
okay.
it takes I believe it takes a random location on the map, puts a ring around it, and essentially you get 1 or 2 islands in that ring, and that's where you'll go like dig up treasure or stuff like that.
So
Okay.
basically, you're fighting overall.
Yep,
Stuff.
it's essentially a big PvP mode where instead of like when you're in the open sea, you'll see maybe fight one other ship. This is you're in a very small circle and you're against five other ships. So it definitely puts your PvP to the chops. That's
Cool.
for sure.
So a little tidbit.
Yeah.
And I don't know how much it contributes to this new game mode they added. But a bunch of Twitch streamers, probably like about a month ago, came up and made their own game mode called Spirate Games.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, it's essentially that.
Yeah.
You have to go around, you have to destroy other ships, fight, collect chests, and get pogs, which are points. And then in the end, you would turn this all in for points, and everything would add up: amount of kills, amount of ships sunk, and whoever had the most would win.
Mm-hmm.
But also including that they don't have in this game mode is there would be a random spy picked within the opposite crew who is trying to foil or spoil.
Ooh, that's pretty
Everything.
cool. I would
So
be
it's
very
super
shocked.
similar.
I would be very shocked if Valve didn't take from that mod at all, or that game mode. Just
Yeah.
I mean, Valve has always been that way. Or,
Wait,
Valve,
Rare.
sorry, Rare.
Try
I don't
again.
know. Sorry, I was
was like,
looking at I was looking at Valve. Rare's been really good at that, where they very much genuinely enjoy player feedback.
Yeah.
And they listen to their fans, unlike Nintendo. So
Yep.
maybe that's why they parted
It's a
ways.
blessing and a curse.
Yeah. But the other big game mode is essentially almost like a single player. It's called Tall Tales. There's 9 chapters. And essentially it's a big story mode.
That's what I've been waiting for.
Yep. You can do it you can even do it by yourself. So you can do it from 1 to 4 people. It's very enjoyable. I know we just finished the first Tall Tale yesterday, which took probably about an hour and a half. So if any of these take as long as that's 12 hours of content right
Yeah.
there.
That's a solid game.
And they're going to be adding more and more and more, but I won't spoil any of it, because anyone who's listening who hasn't done it yet, you need to go do it and figure it out for yourself, because it is definitely a challenge, and it puts your puzzle solving skills to the test.
Is there I don't know exactly because I watched a little bit last night.
Yeah.
But does the difficulty scale with the players that you have?
It doesn't scale with the players you have, because there's not really like like I said, I've only finished the first chapter, so I don't know what's coming next.
But there's not like a large
There's-
combat mechanic.
Not in the first chapter. I'm pretty sure there will be. But the game, there's no quote unquote scaling when it comes to things you do in the game. So if you were going to go to a skeleton fort, it's not going to be any more or less difficult if you have 2 to 4 people.
Got it.
I can tell you that a lot of the times if you have 4 people, it makes things a lot easier, just because you have more hands, so you're able to do more stuff a lot quicker. So the game doesn't scale depending on how many people you have in your crew.
Yeah.
So that's not a thing. But the game is it's basically balanced to where it's fair and possible to do with 2 people, but it's fair and fun to do with 4 people. So essentially, like, it doesn't like absolutely explode in difficulty. If you're just 2 people, you can go do whatever you want. It just might be a little more difficult because
you have less people.
You have less people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
But besides those 2 things, there's a couple other things. More destructible ships.
Oh yeah.
So essentially, you could only shoot ships before, and that would be it. But now you can destroy masts and stuff like that. You can do fishing. You can, fishing, but
Exciting.
It honestly does add a new element to the game. They added different like food items, and they all give you different percentage of like health and stuff like that. So basically, just a lot of like little
quality of life
stuff.
You know what this does for me, because I haven't played yet. I'm a big fan of the game, and I have no way to play the game, so I watch a lot of it. But you know what this feels like to me is that it makes it where you feel like you're living on and in and within your ship.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's not just you scoot around, attack other ships, you go to islands. You're now kind of just, that is your base. That's where you're stationed. That's, you're living on your ship.
Yep, exactly.
You're operating on your ship.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, to be fair though, like it did take them a year. Like this is their anniversary update, so it took them a year to add new stuff. Yeah. So if I was playing the base game for a year, I think I would have lost interest a long time ago.
Well, I mean, it was dead for
it was dead for
while.
a long time, and then it started just coming back because of like announcements and stuff. But I think it adds enough content to the game where I'll start bringing new people in, as well as old people as well.
I mean, it's even better now though, because they're adding all this stuff, generating this hype, and then new players like say myself, if I were to get into it, that haven't experienced the whole game, you can start from the very beginning with all those other quests that have been around for a year and a half.
So you get to do it all at once.
Do it all at once.
Yep,
it'd be sweet.
It's real cool. It's fun and cool, and I like
fun and cool.
Yeah,
you're kidding me.
And I like mind blowing, right?
Sold.
And I really enjoy it.
When's it coming to Switch again?
What Switch?
Yeah, whatever.
Guys,
wait, Rare to Switch? Excuse me?
Microsoft loves Nintendo right now.
Do they?
They're playing nice.
Do they love them enough to give them Rare back?
No. Share Rare maybe, not give them back.
I just want Grant Kirkhope to make me more banjo music.
Yeah, that'd be good.
you know what's more exciting than Sea of Thieves?
Grant Kirkhope?
No.
Oh.
Borderlands.
Does it have something to do with Gearbox?
Oh,
yeah.
my boys at Gearbox.
Your boy Randy.
Yeah, dude, we went to high school together. We go way back.
Stop it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
They hosted a huge gameplay blowout on Twitch yesterday.
Yes,
right?
They did.
and they
Yeah.
invited a ton of popular. I didn't go, of course, because I have better things to do. I was invited. I didn't open their email.
Sure you were.
So yeah, I mean, I told you, me and my boy Randy, we go way back.
Yeah.
The Pitch Man, if you wanna go by his
Oh.
nickname, we called him in high school the Pitch Man.
That fits.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's a thing.
it is now. I said it.
Zach, you watched most of this. Do you want to?
I watched
tell
a
us
chunk
bit?
of it.
Did you?
I
watched a little too.
I watched like 15 minutes and I fell asleep.
Oh wow! So
Not
we're
because
all
of the game,
grossly
but
uninformed. Then.
But because I'm a sleepy boy.
all right, yeah, that happens.
Yeah. Okay. So it's very much Borderlands.
It sure is.
It is. They definitely continue with.
It's Borderlands.
Mhm.
So I mean, they definitely continue with the same style, the same feel, the same nostalgia. Like looting feels good. The animations look good, and this is a pre-release demo.
Yep.
And it comes out in 5 months.
Mhm.
And so they had all these streamers streaming it, but it looks really good for where it's at and how much progress they've made on it.
Just on a sheer visual level, it looked
Beautiful.
lot. It looked a lot like 2 to me. Honestly,
I mean,
did you guys see
In
a lot
in
of
a good or bad way? And like
in a
not better.
unsurprising way?
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
like it's a new generation of hardware. Many years have passed. I kind of expected some bigger jumps visually.
I think it looks a lot better than 2.
Like
I don't
stylistically,
really.
it should stay the same, but
I feel like the game is a lot busier.
Okay, sure.
I feel like
more
there's
going on.
I feel like there's a lot more. I feel like they probably made some progress in like the mechanics and the shooting of the game.
Sure.
The
Yeah.
gameplay. I can't obviously say that because I haven't played it yet.
Yep.
But it just looked like it played better.
Okay.
But I mean, with their style, I don't know how they would improve too much.
I don't know either because it is a very
It's cell shade.
I don't want to say cartoony. It's a stylized game.
Yeah,
So I don't
yeah.
know that you can really beef that up too much fidelity wise.
I mean, I'm very well impressed with all the weapons. I think the weapons have as much detail, I think, as they could get into them. I think the characters that we've seen so far look really good. The animations, the buildings, the world, it all looks really good.
Yep. I saw a gun that shoots cheeseburgers.
Oh, really?
Really?
I sure
I
did.
did not
I
see
dig
that.
it.
That was a thing.
I dig it.
I know there was like a ton of streamers, and every single one of their experiences were different. So
So were they all playing through the same
they were playing.
chunk of the
They were
game?
playing at an event, yeah.
They were all playing at the same. They were playing all the same exact spot,
Right.
but every single one of them, it was different.
Yeah.
It was all a different experience. You could watch, and so it's I think it was like an hour and a half long demo or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You could watch one person's live stream for an hour and a half,
Yep.
and then go to a different one and have a completely different experience there.
Interesting.
And feel like you're-
what I saw was like a quest line essentially that they were going through, and it seemed like
Yeah.
a pretty set little story
Yeah,
chunk of the story that they were playing
the
through.
quest they were doing, but like the things that they do in that quest,
and the loot they're finding.
loot they're
and stuff.
finding, the
And
path
then
they
how
take.
how they're going about it.
Yeah, it's all different. I don't know. This is when I saw it, I was a little scared because I mean I've been scared ever since they announced this game because I'm like I was scared because I wanted them to keep Borderlands.
Oh sure, yeah.
I wanted it to stay the big, fun, goofy, humorous, crazy, sometimes dumb Borderlands. And I think they've not only done that, but I think it's succeeded at that.
yeah.
I'm hoping that it's not gonna. I think it's gonna be a good balance.
Yeah.
I think they will have that, but I think so far from what I watched, there's a lot of like serious story
Which is fine.
going on. Yeah,
That's fine
Yeah,
because
yeah,
there
yeah.
was in Borderlands 2 as well.
Well, I was missing like Handsome Jack's sense of humor while I was watching this stuff because there was a lot of characters there with different banter and different writing, and there was some funny stuff. But like you said, it didn't have like this almost slapsticky feel to it that the previous Borderlands games did for me.
Claptrap is still alive.
Yeah, it's true.
So
Ellie was in it, I think.
I mean,
Catch a Ride.
there's I'm sure there's going to be a lot more humorous stuff than what we saw. You know, the game's still 5 months out and we still have a lot more to see, so
Right.
we'll see. So it's potentially they could have just given us a quest that didn't have a ton in it because of that.
The quest I saw was like basically a glorified coffee run. Did you guys see this?
I didn't. I wasn't paying attention to the quest itself.
Okay.
I was like paying attention to like the little fighting, a little like the looting and the shooting, and paying
Yeah.
attention
Yeah.
to the guns.
So they're
and
in
The
this
looter.
city.
the looter.
It's what's the city called that they were in?
I don't know.
it was
Yeah,
a Mollywan.
No, Malawan was like a faction that was taking over this city or something like that. I don't know. Anyway, the city's kind of like beat up, shot up.
Uh-huh.
Things are bad there. And you're with this small group of people that are like liberating it, maybe. It
Yeah.
seemed like that anyway.
Cool.
And the commander that you're under is like, we need to get some coffee to boost the morale of our team.
Yeah,
our
that
troops.
sounds like a Borderlands thing to do.
So there's many casualties on this coffee run.
Good.
And you go to this coffee shop and there's like a snobby robo barista there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I some of that like sense of humor is still intact, but I don't know. None of the humor really clicked with me.
Look, what I'll say is I think Gearbox, I think Borderlands will be the only company in history that can go from their beginning game being the worst, the second one being good, and then the third one being great.
Oh, let's hope.
Normally it goes the opposite way.
Didn't we have this issue with Kingdom Hearts recently? where we had very high hopes and they were disappointed.
I mean, the game was also like in development forever.
Like Borderlands 3?
Yeah.
Okay, there you go.
One thing, and I can't base this off a lot, but Mollywan, or the area that they were in,
Yeah.
it wasn't open world. Now, I know this is a pre-release demo, and they just had this set quest to do, so maybe they just have this one little area for them to explore. They didn't want to give them everything. But if it's all going to be like closed, like sections that you have to load up and then go run missions through these closed areas,
Right.
because I'm so used, and that's what I picture Borderlands is open world, and it's closed off like that in the main game, in the full game, I'm going to be disappointed.
I don't think you have to worry about that. In the previous games, it was wide, huge open world sections.
Yes.
And then you go into what are essentially like dungeons.
Yeah,
and you crawl through them.
Yeah.
And then you go back to the open world. It's probably going to work the same way.
I
And that
hope so.
worked pretty
I'm
well.
hoping.
Yeah.
And one thing I hope is that we all get it on PlayStation and play together.
Yeah.
Please.
No.
Okay.
I mean, on
All right.
PC.
Maybe there will be crossplay, but Sony doesn't generally like to do that.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I also
how
hate
plans-
you,
how it
All right,
pans
so-
out.
all right, Brittin, I'm relying on you. We're going to play together, right?
Okay.
Okay, to be fair though, I did put
I could do that.
I did put money on the like Ultimate Collector's Edition on PS4, so I probably will buy 2 copies of the game.
All right, you can play with us then.
So
yeah. Come on,
yeah.
man. Just slum it with us
Look-
on the console, okay?
I mean, I'm gonna have to wait 6 months for it to come out on Steam anyway, so
There you go.
might as well.
Woohoo!
I'm so angry
Is
about
that a shot
that.
at Epic Games?
Yeah, it is. What a dumb company.
I got a little piece of news about Epic Games if you guys want to.
God, I hope
Yeah,
they're,
this is kind of big, dude.
I hope they're closing.
It is.
down.
It's hostile almost.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Okay, so Epic Games acquired Psyonix,
Mm-hmm.
which is the studio that developed Rocket League.
Yes.
And people love Rocket League. It has a massive following.
It's
a
fun.
very
Yeah.
popular game. It's a simple game.
I just
and
started playing it
cheap
again
and easy to get
recently.
into.
Love it.
It's
Okay.
so good.
Yeah. So because Epic acquired them, they're going to, not right away, but later this year, they're going to take exclusive distribution rights for Rocket League. You will only be able to buy it on the Epic Games Store.
What if you have it
starting
on
later
Steam?
this year? So if you already own it on Steam, it's going to continue to be supported there. You'll be able to use
Yeah.
it there, update it there, all that good stuff. But they're going to stop selling it there as soon as it becomes available on the Epic Games Store. So it almost seems like they're trying to buy their way to relevancy in the digital marketplace.
But they're
and I
literally just
hate
making
that.
everyone really angry about it.
Yeah.
Like that's great. They're trying to buy their be like, "Oh, we have this game now."
Yeah.
It's like, why would we buy it there?
I know.
Like,
I don't like it. I don't
watch.
like it one bit.
This is what's gonna happen. Like a week before Epic Game makes it exclusive on their store,
Yeah.
Steam will slash the price by half and basically be like, "Here, guys, have the game for free."
Everyone
essentially,
will own it
Yeah,
already and not have to go
exactly.
buy it there.
So I
hope
don't
so.
I don't remember if we talked about this last week, but Tim Sweeney was talking about how he said that if Steam were to cut its stake in sales to was it 12 to 13%, the same as Epic,
Yep.
that they would stop with the exclusivity and stop with this basically market war.
Steam has earned it.
Yeah.
And
I-
it's 13%.
I mean,
that's not an
there's
outrageous
arguments to be
number.
made for whatever viewpoint you have on the
Right.
situation.
You tell me another game on the Epic Game Store besides Fortnite that you use.
I mean, I'm not on PC, so
Oh yeah, you're right.
you know.
I can't even think of anything.
I know.
Wait,
So why can't we
Okay,
have two fair
Apex Legends.
fair markets? Why?
Right. If Epic is going to offer you a better price or better incentive to the developer, then that should be enough competition. They should be able to let it continue to be sold on Steam.
Yeah.
But to take it away from Steam entirely
Yeah.
and kind of force people to come use their platform, it's just gross.
Yeah. I would say just offer a better deal to the
Yeah,
company.
that's how
overall.
that's how it works. That's how you win customers over. It's not by forcing customers to come shop at your store.
your store.
The digital marketplace is already way too fractured, and every time I see a story like this that fractures it further, it annoys me. Like
Yeah.
you got Uplay, you got
Epic.
EA's junk.
Epic just thinks they're so hot because of Fortnite. So like,
They are, yeah, they're on the top of the world
Yeah.
because of that.
yeah.
And it
so
can't
because
last
of their
forever,
one
right?
stupid game, they think they're all that in a bag of chips. But I'm sorry to tell you, I'm not switching over to Epic Game Launcher anytime soon. I will wait 6 months before I even think about giving them money for Borderlands 3.
So if
I'll play it on console. I don't care. I'll do it.
That's not that bad to play it on
it's,
console.
it's not that bad, but would I like to buy it twice? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Will I? Absolutely.
Just in an act of protest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
it's
don't blame you.
ridiculous. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous.
So can we break this down real quick? Can
Sure.
we list some things? So you have a 30% take being taken by Steam, right? And then you have a 12 or 13% being taken by Epic.
Uh-huh.
Right.
You have exclusivity being pulled from both sides.
Mhm.
And then Steam is famous for good sales, right? So
Yeah.
you have sales on games and get amazing deals, while Epic is still selling games at full price.
Yeah, all the
So
time.
where does this balance come from? You know, because if they were to get rid of the exclusivity, say Steam dropped its stake, you know, and they evened out, well, okay, Steam still does really good sales, but is Epic going to start selling their games for, you know?
No, absolutely not. Because they wouldn't make enough money.
True.
Like, Steam is able to cut prices. And I bought the My Hero Academia fighting game, Nier Automata, and like 2 other games for like $60.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and the reason they're able to have those prices is because they make so much from the games. Is it a lot? Yeah, it's a lot. Have they earned it? Absolutely, they've earned it. Name a game that is an exclusive Steam-only game besides Dota 2.
Portal 2.
It's not.
It's not?
It's on Xbox.
Oh, you mean exclusive? I thought you meant on PC. You can only.
No. I'm talking about an exclusive Steam game.
Yeah.
None. There is none besides Dota 2.
Artifact.
Okay.
But nobody cares about.
Yeah,
Artifact.
no one cares about Artifact. Big whoop.
I guess
I got
that's
my
it.
game for free.
Yeah.
So it's
Big whoop.
it's absolutely asinine.
Yeah.
That Epic Game thinks that they can win people over just because they have an exclusive deal on a game.
I don't think it'll work out for them in the long
No,
run.
I think
we'll
it'll.
see.
I think it'll blow up in their face.
I mean, does anybody talk about Uplay?
I don't even know what that is.
It's Ubisoft's proprietary.
And
thing.
that's the thing, right? So you have this market war going on between these two giants,
Right.
And then you have the developers themselves, which are getting tired of the fees, the costs, exclusivity, having to cut these deals, right? So you have their own launchers coming out,
Right.
So you have to have all these clients and launchers
I
just for
hate it.
all these different games,
It sucks.
I
and
hate
it's
it.
tearing the market apart.
Yeah.
One of what's
You know.
funny is Steam's not even like their hands are up. Like they're not doing anything
Well, they're
different.
just continuing doing
Yeah,
the same
they're
thing.
just
they're doing.
continuing to do, which is fine.
Right.
But everyone else seems to have a problem with it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't get it.
You know what's funny? The only thing that would actually solve this problem is going back to just boxed copies of games.
Yeah,
Physical copies of games.
I don't know. You might actually have a stroke if if that happens.
I love me some digital
Yeah, I
games.
know. If I ever see a case on your shelf, I know that you have a fever.
You'll know that there was no other possible
Yeah.
way that I could get
There's
it.
no other way.
It was my last option.
The positive side of this, besides all the conflict, is that
Steam is still top.
Psyonix and Rocket League are
Mm-hmm.
getting a lot of support and a lot of financial backing from Epic.
From Epic, yeah.
So I mean, I don't know about content they think about producing, or what kind of support they want, or
Yeah.
whether they want to boost their own e-league, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But that's good for them.
That's true.
Having that financial
Psionic
backing.
sounds very optimistic and positive about it all,
Yeah.
but I don't know if that's just obligatory.
I mean, if
because
a
of the
company
situation.
comes to you and offers you X figures amount of money, which I'm sure there was a lot of zeros that were a part of that, would you say no? Probably not.
Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
Especially if your game is, I don't want to say it's at a low point. It's not at a low point, but it's definitely, people don't think of Rocket League much anymore.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, but the thing is, there's so many games with bad raps nowadays that bad, like they get bad support or their game isn't good. When you think of Rocket League, it's nothing but good stuff.
Yeah, it's always been good content.
They have a good reputation. They've always supported their fan base. They've added good content,
and they continue to add good content.
Yeah.
They just started their next battle pass like a week ago,
Nice.
which is really nice, by the way.
They were some of the pioneers of major crossplay too, across
Yeah.
platforms too.
Yeah,
They actually
absolutely.
coded some of the inner workings of how crossplay was going to work early on.
Nice.
really?
So yeah,
That's
I hope for the best for them. I just don't like strangleholds. Like
The
this
one
of
who
any
benefits
kind.
the most from this is
Is who?
whatever their name is.
Psionics.
Psionics, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was gonna say Platonics. I was like, that's not right.
Yeah,
Yeah, Psionics.
yeah, that's them.
Rocket League is fun. Go play it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Buy it on Steam before it's too
Buy
late.
it soon. It says late 2019 is when this.
God,
when
I hope
it's
it
gonna go
just
up on the
doesn't
Epic Games Store.
happen. Like, I really hope it just doesn't happen.
Oh no, it's gonna happen.
Yeah,
It's happening.
it's happening.
I hate it.
How much time we got, Scotty?
12 minutes. 10 minutes.
I'll give you some options. Okay,
Okay.
we could talk about Sega.
Uh-huh.
We could talk about
We talked enough about Sega.
free games for PlayStation and Microsoft or
Uh-huh.
Xbox, or we could talk about VR a little bit.
Oh, are you talking about the Steam VR? Speaking of Steam.
Yeah, we were just talking about Steam.
Yeah, I
And
think we
Valve.
should talk about that.
Do you want to?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've been seeing this on my feed.
Yeah, Valve just unveiled a brand new VR headset.
Yeah.
It's more or less a successor to the HTC
And they've
Vive.
already released it.
No, it's for pre-order right now.
Oh, yeah,
it's
sorry,
not
pre-order,
out yet,
yeah,
but
yeah.
you can pre-order it now.
Yeah.
It's coming out. They're expecting it to ship in June, mid-June.
It's
So
expensive.
it's coming
though.
pretty soon. This is high-end enthusiast level VR. This
Yeah.
is not for people that are just looking to dabble and goof around with VR for a little
What
bit.
is it? It's $200 for the controllers.
$250,
It's $400 for the VR headset.
$500.
And there's speakers that come with it
Those
as well.
are no, they're not speakers. They're base stations.
Oh, okay.
Those are for like room tracking, essentially.
Got it.
You set them in the corner and they point at you and they track.
And
motion.
all of this adds up to a grand total of $999.99.
Yeah. You want the full package deal? It's $1,000.
Yep.
So
Hopefully hopefully during one of their winter sales they'll cut it in half.
I don't think the hardware works the same way as their software.
They're like Steam like TV thing, and their controller have gone on sale numerous times for like half off.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're not producing.
But that's because that
anymore,
was
though.
it wasn't doing all that hot. I
Yeah.
don't think.
Fair enough.
It was
Well,
selling
I mean,
for
that
like
could
$8.
happen here,
It was
too.
selling for like $8. At
Yeah,
one point.
I bought it for $5.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
Steam Link.
I haven't even opened it. I just have it.
Yeah, it's just for like in-home streaming and stuff. If you want to do that. So yeah, it's insanely expensive, right? This is one of the most pricey VR units we've seen, I
Yes.
think.
But it's essentially two VRs in one
But what do you mean?
because it's backward compatible with all
Yeah,
the.
it'll play all of the Vive stuff,
Mhm.
which is cool and all. But
Yeah.
I mean,
Name the last time a console was backwards
it
compatible.
doesn't happen every generation.
Exactly.
PS5, from what we hear, is going to be, which is cool.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, good point. Good point. But on the plus side, this thing sounds insanely impressive, technically speaking. They've put a lot of new and interesting technology into it to make it feel unique and way more responsive from what people have said than previous VR units we've seen. So the new controllers, they call them Knuckles. There's one for each hand, like typical VR
Yeah.
experiences.
Yeah.
Each controller has 87 sensors in it.
Wow.
And it
That's
tracks
insane.
every movement of your hand.
Do you think
every
you can
finger.
feel ice in that?
Yeah, do they have HD Rumble?
Yeah.
Come on,
yeah.
you guys.
If I can't feel
that's
ice
important.
cubes, I don't want it.
So the controllers, you don't grip them. They strap around the back of your hand so
Mm-hmm.
that all of your fingers can move freely
Is it rude to say that it's about time?
for something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the tech makes sense, but we need to see games that make that interesting and make good use of it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just cool tech. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you could say it's about time, but show us the games that make use of it, and then we could say, yeah, this makes sense. I'm glad this happened.
Can I
it's
play?
long overdue.
Can I play Beat Saber with like Edward Singer? Like what is it?
Edward
Edward
Saber hands.
Yeah,
apparently.
Edward Saberhands.
That's good.
There's our title right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Edward Saber.
I want 5 lightsabers coming out of my fingers. And I just want to go.
I like that a lot.
Thanks, man.
You're,
Me
it's
too.
like Wolverine Beat Saber kind
Yes.
Yeah, that could be cool.
Queen.
All right.
Yes.
You down?
Yes.
You dig?
Queen.
of.
Yes.
Okay. All right. The headset itself is
Yeah.
also pretty dang advanced. Super high resolution. Each eye is 1440 by 1600.
Yeah. Only
Yeah.
has 4K in each eye. No
I
worries.
know. At 120 hertz, so I don't think frame rate is going to be an issue with this thing. Like, the only bottlenecks will be the power of the PC that's connected to it, probably. It's going to be able to run anything you want at any resolution and at any speed. So,
Anything we want?
not anything.
I was going to say, can I play Dota 2 on this thing?
Oh, I don't know.
Ooh, yikes.
Maybe. They might have a way.
Oh,
I
man.
mean, it's Valve.
Wouldn't that
so
be cool? though?
No, it wouldn't be. It'd be awful. I already hate playing Dota above my screen. I don't want to play it first person.
That's true.
Portal, though. Ooh, Portal.
I mean,
Isn't Portal already on VR?
Maybe. I
For
don't know.
Vive?
I don't know.
If so, then you'd be able to play it here, too.
Boom. There you go.
Yeah. They also have adjustable lenses for depth, so you can get them closer and further away from your eye, which in other VR headsets, I guess there's been cases where, depending on the setup, you can actually see black around the edges. It doesn't fill your full peripheral vision.
Yeah.
So because of the adjustable depth, whether you're wearing glasses or whatever else, you can
Yeah.
adjust it just right so that it fully fills your
Yeah, just
periphery.
zoom those
Well,
suckers right into your corneas.
Just plug them right in there.
I think also said to affect FOV, so your field of view.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I keep going. Just keep going.
I mean, that's about it for tech. Here's the thing, though, man. In none of this announcement / presentation did they say anything about software. The closest they got was when they were directly asked about new software for this thing. Their quote was, "A big VR franchise is coming this year." And that's all they said,
Cool. First person Dota 2.
which means almost nothing.
Yeah.
And they didn't talk about any new games. I'm tired of hearing about VR and not having cool experiences to go along with it.
Yeah.
Because the tech can be the most amazing thing in the world, like I said, but if the games aren't there that are deep and fun and interesting, then who cares?
I really hate the fact that, like, and I've said this before, but with most VR stuff, it just feels like a collection of mini games. There's not a game that, like, wow, I am playing the Borderlands 3, you know, that finally came out on my VR headset. You know, you're not going to get that experience here.
Nope.
And I think the reason being is because, like, VR, it works, but it doesn't work really well.
Right.
Like, you can't wear that thing for hours at a time. If I want to go play a game for hours at a time, I'll go play games for hours at a time and be fine with it.
Yep.
But if you have that thing strapped to your head, not only do you look like an insane man,
right?
But
you sure do.
Yeah, you're also doing the thing that your parents told you not to do as a kid, which is sit too close to the screen or you're gonna burn out your corneas.
Yeah.
Take the headset off, you dumb kids.
With Labo, Nintendo fully acknowledged that VR is a bite-sized experience.
Yeah,
it's not meant to be used for long periods of time. And I think if these other developers and hardware manufacturers,
they don't have a strap for the headset.
That's true,
so
but that's by design because of that very thing. If these guys acknowledge that that's what it's best at, I think they could make cooler experiences, but they're always chasing, like, we put Skyrim in VR, but you can't walk around. You have to, like, point and click your way through the world.
Yeah.
That's just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
And Borderlands 2 came to VR recently, but
it's awful.
Yeah, I've not heard any good things about it.
Or heard anything at all.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, I meant to bring Zelda today for you guys to try
I was
in
gonna
VR.
tell you.
I totally forgot.
It's fine. I'll just come over to your house
I tried
afterwards.
it. I played it a little bit when it came out.
Yeah.
You guys want to hear about it?
I would love to, but we have like 4 minutes left.
Do we? Do we have trivia, Zach?
We do.
I'll just say this real quick.
Okay.
It made me very nauseous.
Yeah, I bet.
It's insanely low resolution, and that may be a factor. But also the way you move through the world, and there's a disconnect between how you're moving and what you're seeing, that my brain just couldn't handle it. I got nauseous really fast. And then I got on the master cycle, and that was really bad because then you're rolling at 60 miles an hour through Hyrule Field, and it's so disorienting.
You just feel super barfy.
Yeah.
Nice. I want to try it still, but
I'll bring it in one of these weeks. You guys can check it out.
Swag.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right,
Zach.
let's do this.
We were talking about best-selling fighting games.
Oh, yeah, we were.
What's the best fighting game franchise?
Street Fighter.
Street Fighter.
And then, what do you think the sales are for your guys' picks?
The whole franchise?
For the franchise,
Or-
For Street Fighter overall as a franchise.
Street Fighter, I'm going to say 25 million
Really?
for the franchise.
The whole franchise?
Yep.
You said 15. Oh,
For
wait.
Street Fighter 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was copies, though. That
It
wasn't
was
sales.
largely based on that number. That's where I got my number. Because I don't think 4 or 5 really did all that well.
4 did really well.
4 to 6 million, maybe. I don't think they
I'll
did insanely
say.
well.
How much did you say?
I said 25 million.
Like how much
Street
they
Fighter,
made?
every Street Fighter game that ever came out, they've sold 25 million copies. I think that's
No,
what
no.
Zach was asking.
Wait, can you restate your question one more time?
So, what do you think is the best-selling fighting game franchise?
Yeah, we got that.
And then, how many units sold?
Oh, how many units?
The other
sold?
possible answer here is Smash Bros. It could be Smash Bros. Across the entire franchise.
I still think
I'm gonna
it's
change
Street
my
Fighter.
answer.
Across
40 million.
Across the entire franchise.
All of Smash Bros. 40 million.
Okay.
I'm still gonna stick with Street Fighter.
And
Okay.
what's your
What's your
number?
guess?
I'm
What's
gonna
your
go
number?
with 60 million.
60
Holy
million?
crap!
That's a lot.
There's a lot of games.
I know.
There's a lot more games than Smash Brothers.
Yeah, but they don't all sell like Street Fighter 2 did.
But they all are on multiple consoles. They're all arcade machines.
We'll see.
Tekken 5. Or not Tekken 5.
You
Street
can't guess.
No, Street Fighter 5
He
is
doesn't.
really good.
He doesn't know the answer,
Oh.
so he's guessing.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, okay. Got it.
What do you
Thought
think?
you
He
wanted
just,
in on this.
you think he just like comes up with the questions, like doesn't even think about one? He's just
Kinda.
Sometimes I
I
do.
like that
Oh,
idea.
okay.
Yeah.
Then he can answer too.
Yeah.
Well, guys, this was fun.
It was
Thanks
fun.
for waking up and showing up.
Sorry for having to take a potty break.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry.
You're fine.
When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Yeah,
That's true.
you gotta go.
We just want to say a thank you to nwczradio.com
Sorry.
for letting us bust in here and ransack the place. Just
In-
kidding. Use this wonderful studio. It's great.
Since we're the only ones who really respect it anyway.
Pretty much
Yeah.
everything in
Ooh,
its place
shots
when we
fired.
leave. Yeah, absolutely.
Yikes, big mood. And hey guys, don't forget to check us out on the social media.
Would ya, please?
We are on a little bit of everything. We're on Twitter, iTunes, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, what have you. All Video Game Pharmacy. So check us out. Give us a rating. Tweet at us. If you guys have questions or anything you want us to talk about, hit us up on that Twitter.
Do it.
Yeah,
Sorry.
answer trivia. And then give us a follow on Instagram. We're doing a new thing where we're posting behind the scenes photos and letting you guys know when the shows are going up. So.
They're highly edited and made in Photoshop.
Sure.
We don't actually record
Cool.
in a studio.
Yeah, we do. We're actually robots, guys. We're not real people.
We are AI.
I like it.
We are currently AI. Well, hey,
Hey,
you know what time
what-
it is?
What time? It's time to sign off.
It's time to sign off.
Scott,
Yeah.
I'll see you next time.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
Zach. Peace out, brother.
Bye-bye.
It's been fun.
Yep.
See you all next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye, guys.
The pharmacy is now closed.